Breaking news, Nigerians. The presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, in the last general elections, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has revealed that he is willing to deputize Peter Obi, who was the Labour Party presidential candidate in the same election. Now, in a trending video clip on X, the former governor of Kano State, who spoke in Hausa, said he would be willing to deputize Peter Obi if certain conditions are met. According to Kwankwaso, he is politically bigger than Obi. He stated that he and Obi are willing to engage in meaningful discussions with the Labour Party leader to establish an agreement ahead of the 2027 election. That he's way more bigger than Peter Obi politically. He is a PhD holder in terms of politics, and they are willing to engage in discussions provided that the truth is established. You see, Peter Obi came third in the last presidential elections, where he gained over 6 million votes, while Kwankwaso, who won the election in mostly Kano, in Kano State, got more than 1 million votes. But then Kwankwaso came fourth in the election. Obi came third with 6 million votes, with more than 6 million votes. Kwankwaso came fourth, distant fourth, with more than 1 million votes. Now, how can Kwankwaso, who came fourth, say that he is bigger than Obi? How? How is it possible? Kwankwaso has been, very critical of the Bola Tinubu-led Nigerian government, accusing it of politicizing the distribution of rice palliatives in Kano State, where he alleged that the rice meant to be shared by the state government were handed over to APC cronies in the state, and noted that he was quite disappointed that the federal government's distribution of rice palliatives to 36 states, was going to their APC cronies, that the Kano share was handed over to APC people to handle, that it is a gross insult to our constitutional democracy and driving partisanship too far, where he called on the president to stop the derailment of democracy, and he called everybody to what is really happening. So the federal government, according to him, had distributed rice to states as palliative to cushion economic hardship and food inflation rocking the country. But when he got to Kano, they handed all the rice to their APC stewards. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Rabiu Kwankwaso saying that he is bigger than Obi and is ready to deputize Obi. You see, Obi has come to a point that we don't need to compare him with other persons, because Obi will always stand out amongst other politicians. Obi will always stand out amongst other Nigerian politicians. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. But then I understand where Kwankwaso is coming from. But Kwankwaso should note that what happened in 2023 should not repeat itself again in 2027. Yes, what happened in 2023? Because before the 2023 election, the NNPP presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso was having talks with Peter Obi on a merger so that they would merge. But because of pride and ego, because of big man, I want to be president, the merger did not work. Each and every one of them wanted to be their own boss. Kwankwaso wanted to be a boss of his own. Atiku wanted to be a boss of his own. Peter Obi wanted to be a boss of his own. No one was willing to step down for each other. And they were all great in their respective positions. They were all great politicians. They are still great politicians. But Kwankwaso saying that he is far more bigger than Obi, he has PhD in politics. Well, everybody wants to market themselves. Everybody wants to market themselves in a way that they will sell out to everybody. But then, if Kwankwaso, as he claims, says he's bigger than Obi, how come he got fourth? How come he came out distant fourth in the last presidential election. How come? He came out distant fourth by having over 1 million votes. And that vote came majorly from Kano. That vote came majorly from Kano. But Obi swept votes in the south, in the southeast. In fact, the southeast gave their votes to Obi. And then in some northern areas, Obi also swept votes alongside with Atiku Abubakar. In fact, they were dragging the votes. But then Kwankwaso, is a great politician. Peter Obi is a great politician. No one is bigger than each other. They are all great in their field. They are all great in their respective areas. So that is just it. At this point, we know where these talks are going to. But I must say, if these guys can unite, drop their ego aside, drop their, how would I put it, their ambition, if they can unite and come together and form a formidable force, against the APC, they may have a chance. They may have a chance to win the election. So, my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Rabiu Kwankwaso for long have been talking about him having confidence that he will win the election in 2027. Like I said earlier, Rabiu Kwankwaso cannot win the elections alone. He cannot win the elections alone. Same goes for other politicians. So this is just it. Let's take reactions from Nigerians. The political trajectory is gradually taking shape. Edo election, Rivers Council election, and the statements have all been geared towards capturing the presidency in 2027. Well, please go and sit down. I love Peter Obi so much, and I am his supporter, but I would advise him not to waste his money again. The next person said, you will never pull weight on Atiku. Atiku is far more better than you. Peter Obi, going by who he is, even if he wins, he will not win. It's a sad reality. Oh, this is a great move. I support this. It is only in Kano that you will win a national election. Labour Party won in Rivers. They won in all southeastern states. They won in all southern states. So what value will only Kano bring, and why is he giving such a condition? Okay, these are reactions from Nigerians. So my country people, everybody wants to become a president in Nigeria. Yes, everybody wants to be the president come 2027. So guys, I'm dropping here.